Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. In case you missed it, the MoneyGram CEO was asked his thoughts on Ripple. I found the tone of his response to be somewhat strange. Can they recover from these problems they've had? What they're doing, he continued, doesn't really make sense. And he supposes there's a beautiful little corporation and something like that. There is undoubtedly some friction there. I could speculate, but I don't know what that's about, so we'll avoid it. It's all very different from what he said during his earnings call, I can assure you. Everything about this kind of stuff was fascinating when he was partnering with Ripple. However, he mentioned that there is a great deal of volatility and friction, so I kind of wanted to touch on that. He also invents a valid point. Bob brought up the original talks they had while creating all of this. Basically, with traditional payment, you have one trade. For example, if you send $50 into Mexico and want the amount to be in pesos, you have one trade from USD to pesos. You have a USD to XRP and an XRP to peso, and that's where and what Ripple is attempting to accomplish with on-demand liquidity. This means you have twice as many trades. Also, the illiquidity of cryptocurrency markets is well known. Therefore, there may be some slippage there on both the buy and the sell. Additionally, there may occasionally be variations in markets and other factors. It's not like we always have a fixed pricing for the entire world. So, yeah, you will encounter a lot of that if you use cryptocurrency to transmit payments these days. That's the reason why we observed that Ripple was giving MoneyGram millions of dollars every quarter in an attempt to make this endeavor to expand those corridors successful. They were not successful, as you may know. What I would say is that there was some validity to what he and Alex, the CEO, were stating about the additional complexity, middle trade, and trading in and out of cryptocurrencies. And that helps to explain why it's so hard to properly roll out and implement this system, but they will eventually succeed. You saw, because of this, I believe rippling shifts to SMEs and other areas. We can't even handle money, as they could see by the way we looked. There is a procedure involved in creating corridors and increasing liquidity, therefore we won't be able to handle everyone's cross-border payments at this time. And that's what they're currently experiencing. So it's okay that he brought up a really serious issue. That is logical. And you could see that in monetary terms, all of the payments that Ripple was paying and forcing them to hold quarterly were made public in Gram's quarterly financials. Furthermore, they received millions of dollars as incentives to endure these tests. It's reasonable to bring that up, but why did he suddenly become less serious? Prior to now, Ripple's actions were innovative and highly intriguing, but now, well, they just don't make sense. And they're, doing this and that, so I would anticipate that there may be repercussions in the form of maybe partnering with a rival company or pursuing a portion of their market. Undoubtedly, something has gone bad there. And because there was undoubtedly a harsh response, I'm sure we'll find out in the upcoming months. For those of you who haven't looked into it, RNR Poker is a place where you can play poker for multiple cryptocurrencies. Last night, I went on there for the first time and used Casino Coin, which seemed to be the hub of activity. We were just playing with a maximum of 200,000 casino coins, which I have no idea what it means. We weren't playing for large sums of money here. It's just peanuts. However, you must play poker in order to win money. It was enjoyable as well. Furthermore, it was folks I knew from Twitter. And the stakes will undoubtedly rise as the site expands. If you play poker for a lot of money. Really, I don't do it anymore. Playing is all I do for enjoyment. However, I would advise you to look it up. Correct? See whether you enjoy it after giving it a try. If poker is your thing, I think you'll have a great time playing with many of the folks from the crypto world who you know on Twitter. I was seated at a table with a large group of individuals and a scam investigator, all he was doing was making off with everyone's money. And before he could take any of mine, I left. He really was in the groove. In any case, this tiny twist in poker might appeal to you. You can play for real money. Additionally, I believe you'll find some action there if you're not looking to place a large investment. It's still enjoyable. Could laws have stopped Sam Bateman and FTX from being released? Many people answer no. If you're going to commit fraud, you can do so even in the presence of laws. Although that is accurate, I believe the issue is that everything is currently being pushed overseas. And would Giselle, Tom Brady, and all these investors put money into some dubious bohemian venture if the US had controls on cryptocurrency markets? They most likely don't want to put money into a US business. It's just not feasible at this time. Therefore, even though it is legal to defraud individuals in any jurisdiction, it doesn't help that we are so opposed to cryptocurrencies and actively promote them elsewhere. Our spidey alarms, you know. With so many of these enterprises scattered over the area, our spidey senses will be going bonkers. It would only make sense to ask, why aren't you in the US? But we would respond, because of this hostile environment they've created. We get along great, you obviously don't want to be in the US. Our unfriendly climate is a breeding ground for scammers, and you will be sued out of business for no apparent reason. This is because of ambiguous legislation. And it penalizes those who wish to do things correctly, like those two entrepreneurs. Now, this next bit is just conjecture, accept it for what it is, but I believe we can assume that SPF has ties to numerous politicians, and they will want this narrative to end. The trials are now over, and he will eventually receive a sentence. Who is guilty of everything? It will definitely take a while. I'm sure he'll manage to get out of jail sometime, but that's beside the point. They will want you to put this story out of your mind. What was their method? I believe they will pursue a more significant story. Greater, quote-unquote, illicit, and digital. And based only on my wild opinion, I think this is the moment when the DOJ will intervene and pursue CZ. I suppose it's TikTok, take it for what it is. They are pursuing, will they succeed or fail? I'm not sure. But we'll investigate. Please share your thoughts with me below in the description. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon, bye.